May 15th, 2018, the Magyar Cosmetica Spa in Aliso Viejo, California, was buzzing with the usual activity. Clients were coming in for their treatments, and the staff was busy attending to their needs. It was a typical day, or so everyone thought. At exactly 1:05 p.m, that tranquility was shattered.
911, what is your emergency?
Please, there's someone inside.
An explosion rocked the spa, sending debris flying and leaving chaos in its wake. The blast was so powerful that it not only destroyed the interior of the spa, but also sent shockwaves through the surrounding area. First responders quickly arrived at the scene. The sight that greeted them was one of devastation, injured individuals crying out for help, a building in ruins, and the tragic discovery of a woman who had lost her life. This woman was Elo Grack, the owner of the spa. She had been killed instantly by the explosion. Alongside her were two other victims, a mother and her daughter, who had suffered severe burns.
It was definitely rectangular. It's probably shoebox height, but I don't remember it being that wide.
Eyewitnesses reported seeing ILO open a package moments before the explosion. This crucial detail shifted the investigation's focus. The FBI was called in to assist with the investigation. Their experts combed through the wreckage, searching for clues. Among the debris, they found materials consistent with homemade explosives.
At this point, our working theory is that this explosion was caused by a device. And although the damage was extensive, there are some components that we have located at the scene of the explosion that are inconsistent with what one might expect to find at this business.
These questions loomed large as investigators began their work. Their first lead came from Stephen Beale, ILO's business partner and ex-boyfriend. Stephen had a close relationship with ILO. He was deeply involved in the spa's operations and had been trying to contact her after the explosion, to no avail. Stephen's concern seemed genuine and he cooperated fully with the police.
Can they go inside and take a look at those packages?
Please. Right as you open the door, the packages are to the left. There's 3 and they're in a stack.
The police inspected these packages cautiously, but they contained nothing dangerous. Stephen spoke highly of ILO, describing her as a kind and caring person.
I cannot come up with a single thought for who would ever want to hurt her. She was always smiling. She had great advice for people. She cared. She went out of her way to ease your burden, to do things for you. She'd buy things for people. When we go traveling, she'd send texts to various clients and friends. Say, what do you want me to bring? We bring back keychains. That's just the kind of, she's a very giving person.
He recounted how they had met on Tinder, their relationship blossoming into both a personal and professional partnership. However, detectives soon uncovered a more complex picture.
How long have you known her for?
We met June 19th, 2016 was our first date.
I notice you remember the exact date. How'd you guys meet?
Tinder.
Oh, through Tinder?
Yeah.
Okay. So June 19th, 2016, you met through Tinder.
Yeah, we were dating. We're business partners.
Got
we're
it.
Still, very good friends, and but we're not dating anymore. So,
How long did you guys have a dating relationship?
about 1.5 years.
ILO had been involved in multiple romantic relationships, including one with Stephen. This revelation led them to consider another suspect, ILO's husband, Ronilo Karnak. Ronilo had an alibi for the time of the explosion, and a search of his home yielded no incriminating evidence.
One at the business on Marablu and one in Trabuco Canyon. At this time, there are no arrests.
Authorities acknowledge they have no profile of a suspect or suspects.
The case took another twist when Elizabeth, a woman who claimed ILO had an affair with her husband, came forward. Elizabeth admitted to being upset with ILO, but she cooperated with the investigation and was also ruled out as a suspect. Just as the investigation seemed to be stalling, a man named Scott arrived at the crime scene. Scott was another of ILO's boyfriends and had spent the night with her before the explosion. He had dropped her off at the spa that morning. Security footage from the airport confirmed his story. But a closer look at ILO's travel itinerary revealed yet another man, Lo Szabo, with whom ILO had travelled to Hungary. However, Lo had not been in Southern California for months and was not a suspect. As the detectives sifted through these leads, Stephen Beale made an unexpected visit to the police station. He volunteered to speak with the detectives again, providing more insights into his relationship with ILO.
Real quick before we start, I just want to, you're here voluntarily, you came in, drove in on your own. No one from the Sheriff's Department or any law enforcement agency asked you to come down, told you to come down. So when you're done talking to us, and just let me know when we can open that door right over there, and you can be on your way.
Okay, appreciate that.
As far as the business dynamic went, how did you guys split responsibilities or stuff as far as all that
think
goes?
of her as the owner and me as the business manager, because I spent many years as an executive consultant. So she was my boss. So we would discuss things, but she had the final say.
Stephen admitted feeling betrayed by ILO's multiple affairs. He also shared his extensive experience with building model rockets.
I confronted her with some changes in her behavior. Like what? What do you mean? Well, when we first started dating, she gave me access to, she gave me her sign-on credentials for her United account. This is just as an example, because there was numerous little things like this. And then she, at one point, just for seemingly no reason, she changed her password and wouldn't tell me what the new password was, which was okay.
Right.
But that, along with other little things, just sort of indicated to me that she had something going on. Okay.
He even mentioned a conversation with his new girlfriend, Valerie, about turning the tragic event into a stand-up comedy routine.
Wow. So I just talked to her about that, and she admitted that she was going up to Sacramento to see another man.
Yeah, she came clean about it.
And the issue was, for me, why are you trying to hide it?
Yeah.
Because the reality is, if she had come to me and said, I really think that I want to open up our relationship a little bit. I don't want to be exclusive. I want to, date other men. I would have said, okay, that's fine. We'll do that.
His peculiar comments and the discovery of rocket building materials at his home made him a prime suspect. Detectives continued to monitor Stephen, discovering that he had been on disability for memory loss and communication challenges.
A friend of mine and I, we would build model rockets. And I started this years ago when my kids were little, and it got to be almost an obsession. And so, we built a 25-foot tall, 50-diameter, 4-stage rocket.
A search of his property uncovered chemicals and materials matching those used in the bomb, but Stephen was initially arrested only for possessing unregistered explosive devices.
So let's say, for example, when they do their analysis of chemicals found there, chemicals found in your home, would it just be a coincidence if it's the same?
Well, yeah. I mean, again, I don't remember what chemicals are around in the house because I haven't taken them down. I haven't looked at them. I haven't thought of them. I didn't even know where they were.
Right.
In many, many years.
Would someone with your type of experience be able to convert that into something on a bigger scale?
I saw the devastation, in the pictures and news reports. I have no idea how you would put something together that would cause something like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you would go about doing that. That looks like a C4 sort of explosion or something. I mean, like some sort of very high explosive. I don't know what they did. The whole deal is, means, motive, and opportunity. And I don't know I don't know anybody that has the motive.
Okay. What about the means?
I don't know what's in my garage. I don't know what chemicals they found. So I suppose I could probably fall into that category if the chemicals are right. I mean, I don't know. But if they're taking the chemicals out, I would appreciate that they look at them, for how much dust is on them, because, if it's 8 years worth of dust accumulation on there, it would show up. Valerie looked at me, I think yesterday, and we were talking about, like life goal. Immediate life goal right now is to get to the point where we look at this particular set of events and can joke about it because we think it's funny, because it's not. And then she said, you need to do a stand-up comedy routine about it, because there's a lot of really, potentially humorous anecdotes that are just wrapped up in the most intense life situations.
Yeah.
And, if the audience can relate to what you're going through, and it's delivered in a, humorous manner, you're going to win. People love to be entertained.
After his release, investigators intensified their efforts. Bank records showed that Stephen had purchased a box with dimensions matching the bomb's container just days before the explosion. Finally, with irrefutable evidence, Stephen Beale was charged with ILO Grack's murder.
It was an insult to the criminal justice process that he did that. We have the right guy. We had the right guy all along.
The end result is what matters, and to get an end result that will actually stick. That's what we have here.
U.S. Attorney Martina Estrada credited the conviction to a more streamlined second trial.
Mr. Beale was finally brought to justice and is off the streets and can no longer hurt anybody else.
The case highlighted the complexities of personal relationships, betrayal, and the meticulous work of investigators in bringing a killer to justice. The journey to uncover the truth was fraught with challenges. The detectives had to navigate a web of relationships, each with its own secrets and lies. But through their perseverance and dedication, they were able to bring closure to a tragic and senseless act of violence. The story of ILO Grack's murder serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the lengths to which some will go to conceal their darkest deeds. In the end, justice prevailed. Stephen Beale was held accountable for his actions, and the community of Aliso Viejo could begin to heal from the trauma of that fateful day. This case stands as a testament to the tireless efforts of law enforcement and the resilience of those affected by tragedy.